Good evening and welcome back to Princess channel. Uh, this is a wonderful evening, 28th of January 2025, and we'll bring you another updated content concerning the level at which we are right now. I think a question was asked that was pertinent to the order given by the presidency concerning the release of funds and the mandate given to disburse the fund by 29th of January 2025, and it appears like a lot of voice notes some submissions have been flying. We'll get just a little bit of voice note these days. We don't get too much voice note as we used to get, but now we have some write-ups coming from individuals who could have possibly aired their voices as a note, but then that's still the same. And we got some conflicting messages also coming from individuals, and but there was a need for clarifications concerning the state at which disbursement is, and that was actually brought into view by one of the inside man that is quite so prominent at this time, Osim. And I'm going to drop his words concerning the reliable source of information about the Central Bank of Nigeria and their specifics right now about the disbursement mandate. And this goes like this. From reliable sources, it's been made clear that the Central Bank of Nigeria is waiting on a specific circular to formally kickstart the disbursement process. That circular is not a formality. It would be the final step that is needed to authorize the release of funds and ensure that everyone is done, and ensure that everything is done in compliance with due process. The good news is that this circular is expected to come in a very short while, and possibly within the next 24 to 48 hours between now and tomorrow. That's a good news, don't you think so? So in addition to that, the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, has also reportedly given the Nigerian government a firm deadline of January 29 to ensure that disbursement happens without further delays. And this is a critical development because it underscores the seriousness of the matter in question and signals that we may be in the final stages of this process. I understand I understand your feelings. It's no surprise that whatever information that is flying about right now has left many of us feeling so skeptical and disheartened concerning the whole process. But however, let me share with you that what we have gathered so far right now, it's a hope-giving information, and this possibly, I hope it gives you some perspective and perhaps a renewed sense of hope. Still, I understand why you and many others may still remain skeptical about the whole process. History has shown us that such grand programs often comes with delays, especially of this magnitude, misinformations and moments of silence that can leave even the strongest among us questioning if anything would ever happen because of the longevity of time it has taken. But skepticism, while natural, should not overshadow the need to stay informed and hopeful. Now more than ever, it is crucial to rely on trustworthy sources and avoid being swayed by every rumor that crosses your path. It's okay to feel frustrated, but don't let frustration rob you of your faith in the process. It won't do you any good, I promise you that. Many people have expressed their concerns about the silence that is coming from the country director, including I myself. The silence seems not to be an option right now, but just like we have some who have questioned the leadership of the country director, Apostle Ken Wakama, while others have felt so lost without consistent updates. But let me remind you that whatever the case is right now, silence is not a sign of inaction. I just had to put it that way, that silence from the country director is not a sign of inaction. Sometimes the most critical work happens behind closed doors and out of sight and away from the public glare. This is not a time to doubt then, so it is a time to trust that the right steps are being taken and that we will hear the golden voice of assurance and confirmation when the time is right and also right from him. I've advocated on this wise a number of times for the country director to speak to us, but since he hasn't spoken, I just want to take it in good faith that everything is working good to our favor. So it's not a time to doubt. It's not a time to disbelieve. It's a time to rather trust that the right steps have been taken and that we will hear that voice, that golden voice of assurance and confirmation being taken very, very shortly. All right, especially when the time is right and also ripe for us. Remember that good things takes time. And a journey of this magnitude is definitely bound to come with moments of waiting. But we are just near at the corridor of fulfillment right now. I also want to use this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone in the grant community. This journey has not been easy at all. Not easy at all. It has tested our patience. It has tested our resilience. It has tested our faith. But through it all, we have stood gallantly together, supporting one another and holding on to hope, even when it felt like the odds were against us. Your persistences, your dedications are very much inspiring, including those who insulted the daylight out of us, including those who picked up their pieces and continue in the process, including those who stood on the sideline, including those who want to get information at all cost by insulting others, including the country director and all the grant handlers. All of you have done excellent well. It's part of the process. It's part of the deal. These are part of the vitamins that revitalizes our mortal body. So we want to appreciate you so much. You've supported in one way or the other, holding on to hope, even when it felt like the odds were against us. So your dedication are truly inspiring, honestly, and we appreciate it. And they remind us that we are stronger together. So let us not allow doubt or frustration to divide us now. When we are so close to the finishing line, we're just right at the door, very close there. In the midst of it all, let us not forget to thank God for how far we have come. We have come this far, and the waiting, though difficult, is not in vain. Not in vain. Every prayer whispered, every tears that has been shed, every moment of faith that has been seen and heard by God, His timing is always perfect. If when it doesn't align with our own concept, it doesn't align with our time, yet let us trust that He is working all things together for our good. As the scripture says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11, He has made everything beautiful in His time. So this waiting season is a test of faith for every one of us. But I believe it will soon become a testimony season, a history. So to everyone who is feeling weary, I encourage you, hold on a little bit longer. The light at the end of this tunnel is growing brighter and brighter with each passing day. Let us continue to pray. Let us hope and to stand united as a community. Together we can overcome the doubts and fears that try to weigh us down. Yes, remember that when the disbursement finally happens, it will be a moment of celebration for all of us, a reward for our patience and faith. Yes, I'll be wrapping it up right here now. But before I go, let me leave you with these thoughts. The journey may be long and filled with challenges, but the destination is worth it. Stay strong, my brother. Stay strong, my sister. Stay hopeful. Let us continue to trust in God's plan and timing. Our prayers are not in vain, and I believe that we would all rejoice very, very soon when this chapter finally comes to a close. Thank you to everyone who has stayed committed in prayers and in support of this process. May God bless you all abundantly for faith, for perseverance, for tenacity. Let us remain steadfast, believing in this victory. It is now just right at the door. This is Princess Seed Channel. If you are new to this channel, do subscribe now so that you don't miss out on information. Don't forget, we are waiting for the circular. That circular is what will circulate from the federal government, from the Central Bank of Nigeria to the stakeholders. So the Central Bank is waiting for the government on a circular so that the stakeholders can receive the same disbursement prompt from the CBN. And that is the kicker that we have right now. So we are all in expectations, and I pray that it's going to meet us well and fine. So keep hope alive. We love you all, and God bless you. Have a good night rest.